Welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at area of a trapezoid. Now, the area of a trapezoid is similar to that of a parallelogram because we do have a pair of parallel sides. But since we don't have two, we end up with our bases are different lengths. So what we're going to do is we're going to average them. Remember, when you average two numbers, you add them and divide by 2. So that's why my formula is my bases averaged, so added together and then divided by 2. It's the average of the bases times the height. Another way to write it is 1/2 the bases added together, so the average of the bases times the height. You can write it either way, whichever one you prefer. Okay, I think I probably tend to kind of stick with this one, but either way will absolutely work. Okay, all right, so don't forget your height has to be the perpendicular distance between the bases, not necessarily the length of the bases or the length of the legs. Okay, all right, so let's look at my first example. Find the area of this trapezoid. So the area equals 1/2 the bases added together times the height. So my two bases are 18 and 40, and those are meters. Should squeeze those in. And my height is where it comes together at a 90-degree angle inside. Sometimes they draw them outside. It is 15. So my area equals 1/2 of 18 plus 40 is 58 meters times 15 meters. So again, I can do half of 58 and then multiply that by 15, or I can multiply 58 times 15 and then multiply that by 1/2, or I could even do 1/2 times the 15 and get 7.5 and then multiply that by 58. It doesn't matter, whichever way works best for you. I'm going to do 1/2 times the 58, that's 29, times 15 is my area equals 435, and it is area, so we're going to use square units, but I can't put the square on the 5, I have to put the square on the units. So 435 square meters. Okay, let's look at the next one. All right, the next one, same process. When I look at the next one, I'm going to have area equals 1/2 my bases added together times my height. My bases are 32 and 18 feet. And my height comes together at a 90-degree angle is 16 feet. So my area equals 1/2 of 32 feet plus 18 feet is 50 feet times 16 feet. So again, I can do 50 times 16 and then do half of that, or I can do half of 50 is 25, and 25 times 16, I think that's what I'll do, 25 times 16 is 400. And my units here are feet times feet, so that is feet squared. Again, that squared cannot go on the 400, it has to go on the feet. Okay, and let's look at the last one in this row. The last one in this row, I have my trapezoid is kind of on its side, right? So we're still going to do the area equals 1/2 my two bases added together times my height. My bases are always the parallel sides, so it's going to be the 12 and the 24. So it's just sideways, that's okay. 12 yards and 24 yards. And my height is, again, it has to come together at a 90-degree angle. If you see it outside and you want to draw it inside, you can. You can just resketch it. It's the same thing, but inside 28 yards. Okay, so my area equals 1/2 of 12 plus 24 is going to be 36 yards times 28 yards. So again, however you want to multiply those together, 1/2 of 36 is 18 times 28 is 504. my area equals 504 square yards. Again, that square cannot go on the 504, it has to go on the yards. Alright, let's look at these last two examples. Ryan runs a landscaping business. A new customer has a trapezoidal-shaped backyard, shown, it's actually below. How many square feet of grass will Ryan have to mow? Then, if Ryan charges $5 for 100 square feet, how much should he charge this new customer? Okay, so let's figure out how many square feet he's going to have to mow. Okay, so my area equals 1/2 my base 1 plus my base 2 times my height. Okay, my top base is, I'm going to put that in as 20.5 feet. So I don't have to deal with looking at the fractions. 20.5 feet, I'm just going to remember it's feet and put that in at the end. Then I'm going to have my bottom base. Now my bottom base, it doesn't tell me how long the whole thing is. But I can figure it out because I know that this piece here is 20.5. And then I have 5 feet here and 5 feet here. So that's going to be another 10 feet. So it's 30.5. My height is 38 1/4. 38 1/4, so 38.25 is my height. 38.25. Just easier to work with decimals when I'm working with a calculator. Okay? Alright, so my area equals 1/2 of 20 plus 30 is 50, 51. And then 38.25, and I'm just going to put this in the calculator real quick. 1/2, 1 divided by 2, times 51 is 25.5, and then times 38.25. It's 975.375, and these were feet, so it's square feet. Okay, that is how much he's going to have to mow. Okay, how much should Ryan charge? Sorry, if Ryan charges $5 for 100 square feet, how much should he charge the new customer? Okay, so I need to take this number and divide it into how many 100 square feet is that, right? That's a really weird way to say that. How many 100 square feet is that? So I'm going to take my 975.375 and I'm going to divide that by 100, because for every 100 square feet, I'm going to charge $5. So I'm taking that answer and hitting divide by 100, and it just moves the decimal over 2 places. So it's 9.75375. It is $5 for every one of those. Okay? So if you're like most people, you could probably just be like, oh, it's going to be 10. I'm just going to round that to 10, right? But if he wants to be super honest and that's his rate and he wants to stick with his rate, then he would say, okay, for every one of these, I'm going to multiply, it's $5 for each one of those. So I'm going to multiply this answer by 5. So when I multiply that answer by 5 times 5, Ryan is going to get 48.7688. And, you know, since we're working with money, we're not going to tell somebody to give us $48.76.88 cents, right? Because you can't give 0.7688 cents. That doesn't make any sense. Ha! See what I did there? It doesn't make any sense. I'm funny. Okay, so as money, we're going to round it to 2 decimal places because it's money. So 48.77 cents. Okay, and then just hope that that guy gives you a tip, right? Doesn't just round you up to 50 and be like, keep the change, you get $1 something change. Okay, so he should be charging $48.77 to mow this trapezoidal backyard. Okay, all right, let's look at this last question over here. It says isosceles trapezoid RAMS with bases RA and MS has the following coordinates. R is at -3, 3, A is at -3, 5, and M is at 3, 8. Find the coordinates of point S and the area of the trapezoid. Okay, so I'm going to first graph those points. R is at -3, 3, -3, -3, almost did positive. A is -3, 5, -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. M is at 3, 8, 3, 8, 3, 8. M, this one was A, this one was R. And I know it's RAMS, so R has to go to A has to go to M, and I need to figure out where S is going to be so that I can find then the area of this trapezoid. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is figure out where my other point is going to be, and it's important that I read that my bases are RA and MS. So I know that RA and MS, wherever S ends up being, it's going to be somewhere along this line, because these have to be the parallel bases. So if this one's vertical, this one also has to be vertical. Okay? Then the next thing that's really important to notice is that it says this is isosceles, which means this angle has to be the same as this angle. So this one is going to have to be the same as this one. This angle is going to have to be the same as wherever it ends up over here. And then that means these two are going to have to flare out, I guess you kind of say. I'm going to actually turn my paper this way because I feel like it'll be easy to look at this way. And then we'll flip it back around. Okay? These two are going to have to come out at that same angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, how far down and over did I have to go? How far down and out did I have to go? I'm going to go the same far down and out. English is not my friend today. I'm going to go the same far down and out. Okay? So I'm going to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, and I'm going to go out 1, 2, 3. Again, notice I didn't count here. I counted when I moved. I don't say 1 yet. I don't say 1 till I move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units, and then 1, 2, 3. Again, I don't count this one before I turn. I don't count till I move. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do the same thing from here. I'm not going to count till I move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which gets me to the line. That's good because I'm supposed to be on that line. And then out 3. 1, 2, 3. That is where S is going to have to be. So let's see. What are the coordinates of that point? So this is S, and it is 5, -6. So find the coordinates of point S. The coordinates of point S are 5, -6. So that way I have isosceles. When I draw this in, these will be the same. And it will be isosceles, and then these will be parallel. I have an isosceles trapezoid. Okay, the second thing it wanted me to do was find the area. So once we find the area, then we are all done with this problem. Area equals 1/2 my two bases added together times the height. So my bases are the parallel sides, so I need to know how long they are. Again, you don't count when you put your pen down, so I don't say 1 here. I haven't moved yet, right? I don't count till I start moving. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for my first base. Then it should be an extra 3 and an extra 3, right? So it should be 8 plus 6. It should be 14, but let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Perfect. There's my two bases, 8 and 14. If you find you're always getting an extra one because you're accidentally counting before you start moving, use this little loopy thing, right? Sketch your picture and use your little loopy thing, okay? All right, and then what's my height? My height is the distance from one base to the other. So it's going to be sideways in this one, which we already did. We counted this already. We said it was 6. So my area equals 1/2 of 8 plus 14 is 22 times 6. So that is going to be half of 22 is 11. 11 times 6 is 66. And these are, I don't know, units squared. So I've got my coordinates for S that I was supposed to find, and I've got my area that I was supposed to find. All done. Don't forget, if you have any questions over area of a trapezoid, isosceles trapezoid, just trapezoids in general, kites, rhombuses, squares, rectangles, parallelograms, quadrilaterals, any of these shapes we've done this unit, make sure you're attending sync time and asking your teacher. She will be more than happy to help you. All right, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.